Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I am finally giving you guys my bread and butters of 2024. Now I've been reselling for many of years and my lists have changed over time, but these are brands that I've picked up in 2023 and I noticed that they sell for me a lot and I do find them a lot, so I just thought I'd go ahead and add them to my bread and butter. Now some of these are a lot of other resellers bread and butter, so I tried to categorize that at the very end because some of them we already know about, but most of these I don't think I've heard a lot of resellers talk about as their bread and butters, but I want to talk about it, so let's just jump right in. The first one is 𝕬𝕀. Now this is a brand that I feel like I just recently tried to dabble in a little bit more, like the second half of 2023. Before, I never really cared about the brand. I saw it a lot, but I didn't care too much. And I only picked up their denim. Now, since I've been going to the bins, I started picking up their tops, their jackets, their sweaters, and they've all been performing well. Now, I want to say that the price point that they sell for is always between like $16 to $40, so it varies on what you are picking up, the size that you're picking up, the style you're picking up, so it's a lot of factors that goes into what your item is going to sell for, so just be mindful of that. The next one is 𝕃𝕸𝕊𝕄𝕇. I actually love this brand. I used to pick this up really early on and I've always gotten over $25 for this brand, literally always. I think it was one time I think I got under $20 for it, but even the skinny jeans, like the flare jeans, the older styles, even the menswear sell. So I pick up women denim, I pick up men denim. I know that they actually sell clothing aside from the denim jeans, but I rarely find that. I think I found a top once, that one even sold. So this is one of those brands that I love coming across, and of course I always vet the style. I do sometimes pick it up mindlessly, but most of the time I do pick it up because I know that it's going to sell. It's not the quickest flip as far as the women's, but as far as the men, they flip quick as hell, especially if you get a great size. Uniqlo is another one. So I don't come across this brand like a lot, but I come across it enough to put it on this list just because I noticed that the sell-through rate for the items that I've picked up is great. I've been trying to dabble in different styles and men's wear, women's wear, you know, different fabrics, and seeing what sells. And this brand does not retail for a lot, so you definitely aren't going to be getting, you know, top dollar for it, but you definitely can sell it between like $15 to $30. So Anthropology is actually another brand. Now it is specific to two brands that I pick up from Anthropology, which is Maeve and then 𝕃𝕍. So those two brands do well for me and I try to pick them up every time I see them. 𝕃𝕍 recently like dropped and the letterpress, so I don't pick up 𝕃𝕍 and the letterpress items because I know that they are older styles, so I only go for 𝕃𝕍 and then Maeve. So those are the two brands under Anthropology that I decide to pick up and they sell well for me. Ralph Lauren. This is like a sub line of Ralph Lauren. I love this brand. I come across it a lot at the bins. It is a lot of items that I do leave behind due to condition or style or even size, but for the most part when I pick this brand up it sells pretty quick for me. The next one is Ralph Lauren / Polo Ralph Lauren. Again, this is a brand that used to do amazing for me in the beginning, but now it is really oversaturated, but I still do pick it up at the bins and I can easily get about 20 bucks for my button down tops for men and maybe like 25 to 30 for the sweaters. Is one of the brands that I have been testing out lately, and even though we are in the, you know, slower season of summertime, which is wintertime, I've been selling dresses from this brand, so I've decided that this will be a part of my bread and butters just because I do come across it a lot and I am able to sell it. Now this one doesn't sell for much. We're talking about $15 to $25, which for me that's bread and butter and I don't mind it. Another one is Express. Now I want to specify because I feel like maybe 4 or 5 months ago Express Portofino shirts, or hell even now, those are doing great. I have managed to saturate my closet with Express Portofino shirts and they have not been selling, okay? And the ones that did sell, they were selling for under $15, so I soon realized this isn't the bread and butter for me, so I have gravitated to picking up their trousers. Now I've been able to find the editor trousers and then the columnist barely boot trousers. Those two I've noticed do the best. I think I've sold them a few times and I think it's a great style to look out for. I recently just found a pair the other day, so I was really happy about finding those, but it's a great bread and butter. We're talking about $20 to $25. Bob Macky is another one. So I recently found this one, I want to say maybe 2 months ago, and I just thought the top looked nice and it sold immediately. Then I found another piece, it did the exact same thing. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should start, you know, picking this up more often. So I've picked it up and it has been selling. So this one is 100% a part of my bread and butter. Ali Miles has been another one that I've been dabbling in. I came across a specific top and I thought it looked very interesting, and I thought, I don't really care about the brand, but this style looks great. It sold immediately. So I was just like, you know what? I see this brand a lot at the bins. Let me start picking it up. And every piece that I've picked up, I've been able to flip within a week. Carrots is another one that I feel like I've found a lot at regular thrift stores, and I've been finding, you know, a little bit at the bins. It's a great brand to pick up. It is a equestrian brand, and I want to say this has 100% sell-through rate. I've even recently picked up a set of girl leggings and they sold fairly quickly. Cut From the Cloth is another one. Now I've dabbled in just their denim jeans, and then I think I've tried like some pull-on pants, some corduroy pants. Those didn't do that great, but their denim jeans, 100% I would suggest picking up. Of course, if you get a larger size, that's going to always do it, but I've been able to sell just about all the sizes and they do perform well. Duluth Trading Company is another brand that I, of course, added on this list. I do come across it a lot at the bins. I don't pick up everything. I know that a lot of resellers have talked about this brand, saying that it's kind of like declining a little bit, especially in the menswear. So I'm very, very, very picky when I pick up menswear items from Duluth. I always check the sell-through rate, but as far as the women's items, they sell really fast, so I always pick those up. Lucky Brand is very odd because I was like hating this brand so much, but I've realized that I will no longer pick up women's tops, women's blouses. No, absolutely not. Those sit and sit and sit, and they sell for under like $15, so no thank you. Lucky Brand menwear, yes, okay. I've been able to pick up their jeans, which I've slowed down with picking those up just because they sit for a long time. But their tops, 100% love picking them up. Their Henleys, their burnout tees, they do great. So I always try to pick those up. You can even come across some of their vintage like sweaters, sweatpants, jackets, whatever. They do well as well. So Bonab. Now this one is a brand that is really like saturated. So I'm very picky with what I pick up. In the beginning, I used to pick up everything that I saw just because it was selling for me. But as of late, I want to say within like the past 4 or 5 months, I have completely slowed down with picking up everything. And then I try to make sure that I pick up things that I know are going to sell, check the sell-through rate, and if they are doing more than like 50 to 60%, I'll take it. So I try to have like little tiny stipulations with some of the brands. I know that if you guys watch my hauls, y'all are like, this girl pick up any and everything. I do, but I like to be mindful at what I'm picking up. So like if it is a brand that is like really saturated, I'm either mindful on the size, I'm mindful with the style, I'm mindful with you know, the condition. It's a lot of factors that I take into consideration if it's a brand that is completely oversaturated, because in my mind it's like, do I want to pick up this item and let it sit for a very long time if I don't have anything that stands out? And if the answer is no, I don't pick it up. Lululemon, I think this is on everybody's bolo list, or not even bolo. It could be a bolo, I mean, depending on what you pick up, but this is on my bread and butter because I do come across it a lot at the bins, and I'm grateful for that because Lululemon actually sells for me. So it's no longer a bolo for me, it's more of a bread and butter, and I pick it up because it's going to sell. And of course the price point varies depending on what you pick up, the fabric that you pick up, and the style, the size, all the things. So yeah, I love Lululemon. Fabletics, I know, I'm shocked too. I actually went to look at all of my recent solos from this brand, and the sell-through rate is actually there. I always talk a little crap about Fabletics, but it sells. And I mean, I've picked up sweaters, leggings, shorts, shirts, literally anything you can name, I've picked it up. Now, unfortunately, the price point is not that much. So we're talking about, you know, $12 to $25, which as a bread and butter, it's not that bad. Lulus, this is actually a brand that used to be on my bolo list like 2 years ago. Love the brand. Now I come across it at the bins and I always pick it up. It's like one of those brands where I'm like 95% of the time, you're gonna come home with me, because even if it sells for $20, I'm okay with it. I think $20 is a great price point. Abercrombie and Fitch. Now this one is both ways. I pick up a lot of the women's denim, and then I recently started picking up their sweaters, like the Y2K situation. So we're gonna see how those are gonna do, but if not, I'll be done with that. But also what I want to say specifically for Abercrombie and Fitch, kids. I know, I was shocked. Kids denim. One day I came across 3 pairs of Abercrombie and Fitch kids, and I was like, you know what, let me check the comps. Check the comps, and I was like, oh wow, these are actually great. Now you're only going to get about $15 to $20 for it, but they're gonna sell, and they get a lot of attention. I mean, the 3 that I had sourced, they literally sold within like a few weeks, which I was very shocked about. JCrew is also like a no-brainer. This brand I have completely slowed down with picking up due to the fact that I do not like things sitting for a very long time. Now in the beginning, when I was a bins digger, I would just pick up everything because I'm like, oh, JCrew, I've sold something from this brand, let me pick it up. Absolutely do not do that, okay? Since then, I actually want to say that I look at the sell-through rate just to make sure that it is on the same page with the amount that I want to make for this item, and if it's not, I leave it. So I don't pick up a lot of JCrew, and I mean, I see a lot at the bins. It is like a fast fashion brand, I hate to say, but you know, it's a brand that I can consistently bet on for bread and butter depending on what it is. I like to pick up their pieces that are a really high quality fabric, and yeah, like great fabrics. I like to pick up menswear pants, like their chinos. I want to say you want to be specific with the style, but y'all, I've literally picked up every single thing from JCrew. I mean, we're talking men's chinos, men's shorts, men button downs, women jeans, women tops, women sweat. Like, I picked up everything, and they've all sold. It just all depends on the factors. All right, so on the list, I did kind of like asterisk this one because this is everybody's bread and butter at this point, which is Free People, Madewell, Chico's, J. Jill, Zara, and Torrid. Now, with these, I agree with all of them. They're basically mine, but Zara has made it to a list of I'm not picking this up unless the size is larger or if it's a maxi dress. Those are my stipulations now because I have quite literally filled my closet with Zara pieces. I was picking up the tops, I was picking up the dresses, the mini dresses, because they were selling, and I noticed that they have just like stopped. Granted, it is wintertime, so that could really be it, but I still don't want to fill my closet with a whole bunch of Zara. So I try to make sure that I vet the style. I don't typically like look up comps for Zara. It's more of like, this is pretty, somebody would love this, let me take it home, which is not a good way to be, okay? Because I'm sure it's items that I come across at the bins from Zara that I personally don't think anybody would like, but it's a blogger favorite, so you just really want to be mindful with that. And then as far as Chico's and J. Jill, I have actually slowed down picking up J. Jill. I know, I didn't think the day would come. I saw a few pieces at the bins the other day that I ended up leaving behind just because they weren't speaking to me. I'm at the point now with J. Jill that I actually check the comps on it. Like before, you already know, some of them is just like, oh yes, J. Jill, let me take it home. Oh, it's Love Linen, let me take it. I actually look it up now, which I didn't before. And if the sell-through rate isn't there, I leave it. I just left a pair of pants the other day. They were in excellent condition. It was the size. The size was not sought after. I think the sell-through rate was like 20%. So I was just like, absolutely not. And Torrid. So with Torrid, I have also like a little asterisk there. So it has to be like a really great style. So we're talking like a kimono or a jacket, something with a little pizzazz to it, because I think that picking up their basics, those sell, which I'm grateful for, but they don't sell for a lot, and I don't want to have a lot of items that don't sell for a lot filled up in my closet. That's where I refuse, okay? Like, I am a volume seller and I enjoy being a volume seller, but I'm not going to be picking up a whole bunch of pieces that I can only sell for $15. And then as far as Chico's, I love Chico's. I never thought this day would come, but I love picking it up. Now, I have really ventured out and picking up different styles and stuff, and I noticed that their like blouses and such don't do that well for me. So I realized let me not pick those up. As far as the sweaters, I've also realized those don't perform as well as I thought that they would. So like the size 3, which is an extra large, they don't perform as well. So I feel like with Chico's, you really have to make sure you are picking up a piece that is just like vibrant and loud and in your face. All right, so I do have a list that says buy, okay? And not the buy where, you know, I'm giving somebody my money. I'm talking about buy like, buy girl. These are brands that I will cease picking up in 2024, which I know I'm actually shocked as well. And I actually went and did like an inventory on my closet just to see like what's going on with these brands, and I noticed that they just don't move. So unless the style is absolutely banging, the size is banging, the sell-through rate is banging, I'm not picking it up. The first one is Nox Rose. I would have never thought the day would have came that I would stop picking up Nox Rose. But I've realized, y'all, I took an inventory and I'm like, wait, why do I have so many pieces of Nox Rose in my closet? I'm not used to that. The sell-through rate used to be high as hell. Granted, it is wintertime. However, it's not in Florida, okay? But I just was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. So I have stopped picking up Nox Rose, and I see it so much at the bins, but I just don't pick it up. Trina Turk. This one I was really trying to make fetch, and it don't want to be fetch, okay? This is actually a really great brand, but the resale on it is not there. So Trina Turk, she can't come home with me no more. This was also a brand that I was trying to make fetch. Beach Lunch Lounge. Now I come across this a lot. I've even seen McThriftsy pick it up a lot in her thrift hauls, and I'm like, I can make it work. Y'all, do you think it sells? Absolutely not. Now it does get a like here or there, and maybe I was pricing too high. I was pricing at about $25 because I wanted to sell it for like 15 to 18. So I'm done. I recently picked up a cute little button down like Valentine's Day one. I don't even think that one's gonna sell, so I'm done. Columbia. This one is really hard because Columbia make great pieces. So this one also has like an asterisk, because I feel like if you can find something specific to like a puffer, like a down vest, a down jacket, then yes, there's an exception. But we are talking about basics. Don't do it. It's oversaturated, sells at Kohl's. The price point isn't that high, so it has to be something great in order to pick it up. And I struggle with that. Of course, y'all know I go to the bins, so it could be a day where it's like, okay, I'm not finding anything great, so I'll settle for these pieces to make sure that I have something to list. I actually recently stopped thinking that way when I go to the bins, which I'm really happy about. I would go and I would source pieces, and I'm like, okay, just in case, you know, I don't find anything later, I'll make sure I keep these pieces. I don't do that anymore. If I'm not having a good bins day, it's just not going to be a good bins day. I'm not coming home with junk. And I feel like Columbia is one of those brands where it's like, it's filler junk. Like, I'll pick it up, and depending on what it is, it could sell. Like their hiking pants, the nylon pants, those do really well. I can pick those up and those can sell. But we're talking about their sweaters. I mean, you might get lucky with $12, you know. But other than that, I'm done with the brand. This one's hard. The brand is called Airy. I'm done. I recently picked up a sweater because I'm like, you know what? Let me just try one last time. This brand will get a lot of attention. Right now, I have a sweater that is highly liked. I think it has like 25 likes on it. Guess what it's priced at? $15. Do you think somebody is looking to buy it? I'll wait. So yeah, I'm done. I'm over the brand. I did pick up a dress that somebody was looking for. So maybe I'll try to look at things specifically instead of picking up their sweaters and sweatpants. I'll try to, you know, look up the actual item and check the sell-through rate on that brand. But for the most part, I don't really care for it. And I come across it a lot. But I'm over it. This one hurts because they make really pretty pieces. They just don't perform. The brand is called Billabong. I just don't know, y'all. I don't know. Even when you price it low, it's just not the it girl. And granted, it retails for maybe 70, 80 bucks. So that could be a thing there. So I'm done. I'm breaking up with Billabong, and you know, it is what it is. All right, the last one may not come as a shock. It is everybody's bread and butter, but I've realized that I'm done with it. It's not it. And the brand is called Soft Surroundings. Okay, I'm done. I'm over it. It doesn't do what it used to do, and I just don't think people care for the brand anymore. And maybe it could be the pieces that I'm picking up. Hell, it probably is the pieces that I'm picking up. But I'm done with it. I think I'm pretty much at the place now where I might take them out of my closet and just redonate them, but I'm gonna give them a little bit more time. But yeah, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. Please let me know down below in the comments what is a brand that is on your bread and butter that you just adore, and then tell me one that you absolutely hate and you would never pick up again, because I want to know. Okay, but yeah, thank y'all so much. I'll see you in the next one.